r/ask Reddit. What technology are you shocked has not advanced yet? Around 20 years ago, I was promised a cloned woolly mammoth. Then, I read about a plan to reverse engineer elephants back into mammoths. Look, I don't need to know the ins and outs. Just make the damn mammoth. I thought they did that already. No, the problem isn't getting the DNA, it's impregnating an elephant to bring a baby mammoth to term. I think the best we can hope for is a mammoth-elephant hybrid. I see you've met my ex. Printers. We can land a robot on a rock millions of miles away and have it send pictures back to us. Hard, but we've done it multiple times. Want to print out those pictures in black and white? Sorry, you're out of magenta. Also, the paper jammed. PC load letter? What the duck does that mean? Dimutherduckas. Dimutherduckas. Stodayarlernedl. Microwave doors. There is no such thing as a quiet microwave door, yet we can know what chemicals are in space thousands of light years away. I can't even imagine what a microwave would be like with a silent door and muted beeps. My biggest question is, when the microwave is done and goes beep 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 but I am standing right there and open it right at the first beep, why does IT Stodayarlernedl do the beeps? You should be able to microwave something late at night and cut it off before the beeps. But no. I'm still shocked that with all our medical research we haven't found any cure or reliable treatment for baldness. Jeff Bezos is bald. Proof that money will not cure it. He just doesn't give a flying duck. Elon Musk was clearly balding in his late 20s, but he's got hair implants and now he has full head of hair. If Jeff Bezos wanted hair, he could have it in few months. Elevators. Why can we not unpress a button that has been clicked? The elevators at my workplace let you do that, but it's an undocumented feature that most people don't know about. I only learned it after seeing other people do it. If a button is double pressed quickly, it is deselected if it is not the only selected button. Some models reset the selection if you press all the buttons. It's pretty awkward if it's not the right model though. Not sure if it counts as technology, but you'd think in 2020 there would be a better way to check for strep throat than making me deep throat a popsicle stick. Or check for prostate problems without the doctor having to shove a cold finger up your butt. Don't ruin my fun just because you don't want to have any. One of my best friends, before he was 28, told me he has had 3 prostate exams. My other buddy and I asked him why, and he said because they were free. He just moved back to France and I guess insurance covered them. Anyway, my other buddy and I responded at the same time. Just because they are free does not mean you have to get them. In my country it's the internet. Australia? I've heard it's not that great over there. India used to be the same, but then Jio came in and basically gave data for free, forcing other companies to lower their prices as well. Isn't like 90% of the internet in India accessed by mobile devices and 3G/4G? Irons. Somehow, I simultaneously can remove and create new wrinkles. This cannot be the pinnacle. Get a handheld steamer. It's too easy. Just like an iron. You fill it up with water and plug it in. No clunky ironing board needed. Simply put your garment on a hanger and run the steamer in vertical rows, making sure to apply pressure to the garment. Actually press the steamer to the garment but keep a continuous up and down motion to avoid creating wrinkles or damaging the item from excessive heat. If you accidentally create a crease, it's much more forgiving than with an iron. I find running over it at various angles and pulling the fabric apart does the trick. Not technology, but our understanding of nutrition. Every week, X is bad for you, and then next week it's good for you. Dustpans that don't leave a coke line of dirt. The innovation here is sweep the line quickly across the room. You are correct. That is seed dirt. It ensures that you get a good crop next time, and is the sweeper's job security. What are you? Some kind of dirt farmer? It ain't much, but it's honest work. Allergy control. How are there no permanent cures for allergies yet? I'll never know how awesome it must be to own a German Shepherd, and so many people won't ever know how good peanut butter is. There's new treatment that exposes you to the allergen in extremely small doses and gradually increase it. Except that it takes 5 years, a shitton of money, and very regular visits to the doctor's office, shots, or a very regular daily habit, drops. And in the meantime you'll have a non-stop very mild allergic reaction to your own blood. It's great. Been doing it since summer 2016 and I've improved noticeably, but I still haven't been able to go a day without clearing my throat super regularly. That we can't put enamel back on teeth. Look into the ingredient Europe and Asia has in their toothpaste that remineralizes teeth. Nanohydroxyapatite. I learned about it on Reddit. Actually remineralizes. Can order it via Amazon from overseas if you are in US. Do you know the name of the brand for Europe and Asia? You can get Sensodyne with Novomin. The Novomin is what you need to look for. The entire DMV process. Showers. Why doesn't every shower have a thermostat so that I can just dial in the temperature I want? Why do I have to perform alchemy with these two knobs? Test the water several times and still get scolded when my wife obliviously turns on the washing machine mid-shower? Here's the temperature I want. Maintain this temperature. You can buy one to replace your standard hot-cold knobs. But why aren't they everywhere in every single shower? Frost the whole ducking Pop-Tart already. Oh, they will, but only after they shrink the Pop-Tart 25% and then charge you the same price for your now fully frosted Pop-Tart. I haven't bought cereal for years because of this shit. Went in the cereal aisle yesterday, and the major brands are now selling a family size. Except A, there shouldn't be a non-family size for cereal, and B, it's literally just the same size of box that you would have gotten cereal in 20 ducking years ago. The school system. That's a feature, not a bug. CCTV footage still looking like it was recorded by a potato. It's a storage cost trade-off. Higher resolution video takes up more storage. More storage costs more. Phone service. It's 2020. The quality of sound and service should be vastly improved by now. It is. Sorta. Try making a call with something like FaceTime audio or Google Hangouts. The audio quality will sound great. When you make a regular cell phone call, the phone carrier strips put the parts of the audio that aren't needed for human communication and compress the audio a lot. This makes the call quality sound really bad, but still understandable. This also makes it use almost no data at all. By lowering the amount of data it uses, they can service many more phones on a single tower, which is way cheaper for the cell company to do. For landline phones, most of them are VoIP phones now. Even if you have an old POTS phone, it probably connects to some sort of digital interface at some point. They do the same thing. They want to make sure your phone call doesn't chew up all the bandwidth you have paid for, even if you only paid for the crappy DSL service in your area. If you pick up the phone and your internet slows to a crawl, you're going to complain to your internet provider. So yeah, the technology is there, but it doesn't make financial sense for phone companies to do it, so they actually make the sound quality worse on purpose. Waste disposal. We still bury most of it in the ground. Replacement teeth. A number of my teenage clients have hereditary dental problems and the blow to their self-esteem is such a shame. You'd think something we use every day would be stronger. I wish fake teeth implants weren't so expensive. Otherwise I'd totally get all of my teeth replaced. I'm not sure if you can include this in technology, but dentistry is still pretty archaic. In short, dental care lags behind what's possible. I had to get a crown recently and the dentist was zipping back and forth making putty molds for the crown, grinding down my temporary after having me bite in paper, sending me home for a week to wait until the permanent crown was ready. All the annoying shit. My dad went to his dentist and they put his x-rays into a program that modeled the crown for a 3D printer. He left the office 1 hour later with the permanent crown in place. Where is your dad's dentist? Mars. Umbrellas. Parasols have been around for millennia, and they still kinda suck. I mean, other than a hood or literally stopping the rain, I'm not sure what you can do at an individual level to get some protection from the rain, other than the umbrella being unnecessarily high-tech and motorized and sprouting automatically from over your shoulder and holding itself up, based on Wi-Fi weather forecast. I'm not sure what could be done and think how overpriced that fancy tech umbrella would be, lol. I'd be pleased with an umbrella that doesn't fold in on itself with the slightest amount of wind. That'd be a nice upgrade. Cups. I want innovation, damn it. Have you not seen those ones where you pour hot stuff in them and a picture appears? Basically up there with AI and a cure for cancer. Bank security cameras. Dream recording. I still await the day we will be able to watch the stupid things our brains came up with just because you've met a friendly dog a week prior. Can we not save the nightmares though? I mean, both are interesting. I think with nightmares it would end up as a comedy show because while watching the recording you will notice how idiotic it was and that it wasn't as scary as you though. Windshield wipers. They can be hard to find, but there are silicone wipers, PIAA or Michelin that I know of that are far superior to anything else. They don't degrade like rubber ones. I can't say enough about them so far. There are other fads like Teflon coating, graphite coating, rain repellent coating, etc. But it's still over rubber which degrades. Printers. Don't even get me started on the ones at my lab. Paper in the load tray are perfectly fine. Time for the printer to crumple a tiny edge and then scream paper jam and halting everything else until you take that one piece of paper out. It's all good though. That'll buy you about 5 minutes before it repeats itself. Someone forgot to load paper before starting the day and the printer happens to run out. Surprise. The printer has just locked down all tests on the machine and requires that paper be loaded and then the machine itself needs to be rebooted and reloaded for an extra 20 minutes before proceeding. This one printer is going to be the sole reason for me having an aneurysm one of these days. Could that be an investment problem though? My last company bought fancy expensive printers just recently. After that I was impressed that I never encountered a problem since. Except idiot colleagues who never fill the paper tray. Batteries. It's probably one of the most important technologies today, yet batteries haven't substantially changed since their invention. And yes, I know, there are graphene batteries in development, but they're far from being ready. To improve batteries you have to basically reinvent them with a whole new chemical process. Once it's there you can't iterate like you can with most engineering problems. You can only make bigger ones. They've advanced immensely in the past 20 years. Now they are stuck. Sort of like processors. Hit a natural barrier 4x GHz. It will require a massive and difficult discovery to move forward. Washers and dryers. I don't want to have to touch cold, wet, heavy clothes. Why can't I just put my load of dry, dirty clothes into a machine and then pull out a load of dry, clean clothes? Ocean floor mapping scanning. The ocean is big, like really big and very deep. We have a craft capable of withstanding the enormous pressure at the bottom of the Marianas Trench, but we can only stay down there for so long. Imagine trying to map your entire floor using a magnifying glass, but each trip down to the floor, you have to hold your breath, then come back up when you need to take a breath. Also imagine you have to give $1 to your friend each time you want to go down to get more data. It's big, deep, and each trip is expensive. Regardless of that we still have some amazing ocean floor maps gained from satellite and sonar detection. So while we haven't seen most of the ocean floor, we have a pretty damn good idea of what it looks like. Space travel. Direct brain interface. I agree so much. I remember being in grade school at the NASA museum. We expect to have humans on Mars by 2012. Here we are now. Birth control. They still haven't come out with one without nasty side effects. I want my flying car I was promised. Bras. You'd think that we wouldn't still be wearing the metal death traps of our grandmother's suffering. But nope. You see the new bra every few years but it never catches on. My back hurts. Phone call quality. Still uses codecs from the 80s, which sound like they date from the 1880s. Propulsion system for spaceships. Even today, the amount of fuel and resources that it takes to lift a rocket is insane. I know it takes a lot of power to shoot a rocket up to space from a dead stop, but even at that, we haven't come a long way in almost 60 years of space travel. I'm no rocket scientist though, pun intended. Thing is, hydrogen and oxygen is literally the peak chemical rocket. Other than switching to nuclear rockets we already have the best tech. If the Earth was a more massive planet we would never be able to use a rocket to get off it. Air travel. Why does it take the same time to fly somewhere as it did 30 years ago? How is it that Al Qaeda can send videos from a cave in Afghanistan but I can't get 4G LTE 20 minutes away from my house? 911 dispatch. Listen to the latest CISC podcast and then started looking into it. Really odd. Botany. I'm the Redditor who's growing a lilac in Florida. For years everyone told me it was a waste of time. They can't grow here. It's not cold enough, etc. I argued at length with the state agricultural officials that is it possible to create an artificial winter even in the sunshine state that allows them to grow and bloom here, and I did prove them wrong. But nonetheless, the total flippancy on who cares was so annoying. We can't clone DNA and put a man on the moon. We sure in the hell can grow home a damn flower. Why no one bothered up until now is beyond me, but yes, lilacs can grow in Florida. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.